And unfortunately, I have to work with this like racist bigot who thinks that he can obstruct my freedom of speech. Oh my gosh. Hi you guys, welcome back to another one of my visual diaries. My name is Felicia Latrice and I am about to, today I'm heading to the gym. Now it's already been an entire fiesta with me trying to get there, but it's been very, very stressful today. Just like I haven't been like super centered, so I definitely need to take some time to like get in my body. I feel like my yoga, like my yin yoga and my restorative yoga have really like made me very slow. Like I need to be like in my Mars energy and my Aries energy, on my shit, on my grind. And so today I really want to do like cardio or weight resistance training. I guess it's just like my desire to remain youthful, because I definitely feel myself, you know, getting older. I'm knocking on 30, it's the back door, and I feel like a spring chicken most of the time, but sometimes I kind of do like, I am a little bit like, oh my gosh. I think just like the ways of the world make me feel like beyond my years and make me feel like very jaded sometimes. Like sometimes I'm just like, is there anything refreshing around? I'm extremely tired because I went to go pole the other day and I was like spinning my ass off. Like I was like, who told me to be doing all of that? Like,
by choice, I choose avoid. I found my voice and
I think it's about time that this wig is pretty much done, but I'm like, it could be cool to like wear it a little bit to the gym. We're here at the gym today, but it's just like I'm reflecting over like this past year, 2 years, and like my past like couple of like roommate situations where it has just been like a problem with me not wanting to like, you know, like me wanting my privacy, like me wanting like to have some healthy boundaries. Like you know, I've been noticing just like when people first meet you, like when people first meet you, like, or meet someone, they're so quick to like pull out their social media accounts. They're so quick to like show you like everything in their life. Like I'm not the type of person that's going to pull out my phone and start showing you my life online. I think that's actually kind of weird. People get like really offended that I don't give them my social media accounts, that I don't really tell them about myself, and that I kind of like stay to myself. And this is like, it happens in every single environment. Like when you are the pretty introverted girl, everyone's attention is on you. You're always under everyone's critical observation. And the thing is, I'm done walking on eggshells because my boundaries and how I carry myself make you uncomfortable. Bitch, suck a dick. I don't give a fuck. Like, it always feels like no matter if I say something to you guys or whether I don't say like something to you guys, you're always going to find a way to like infiltrate into my life and make yourselves relevant. Like, I did not come here to be chatting. I didn't come here to be making friends. This is not my long-term situation. I'm just here like, you know, getting from point A to point B, and people know that. And I think that makes them like even more obsessed. I just personally feel like it's better, like it's not so much just to manipulate somebody or to even be like, oh, let me keep an air of mystery. It's more like, for me, just like safety and engaging with people, because when people see, I don't want people like to engage with me like to look for an opportunity. I want people to like engage with me like in a genuine way, and I want your character to show like as we develop. Like my social media account, my life online is like, I mean, because it's my work now, I guess it is a big part of my life, but like, I just think it's strange. Like, I feel like sometimes people might think that's like braggadocious. Like, I don't want to ever be like perceived as like bragging about myself or my life. And I'm like, every man that I meet the first thing that they do is pull out their phone and start showing me their social media account. And I'm just like sitting there like, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, I'm very slow with relationships, and I've told you guys multiple times, like, I'm not planning on having children or getting married. So it's like, you know, I'm definitely not rushing to let anybody know the like innermost details of my life. This is just something that I've been like reflecting on, is like just like remembering and valuing like my independence and valuing like my healthy boundaries, because I feel like people who don't have those boundaries are children and they don't have healthy relationships and they don't function properly. Like, why would I pull out my phone and start showing you all of my awards and all of my successes in life so that you can try to attach on to me for that reason? I feel like another issue that people have been having with me as well is that I'm not a big television person. Like, I have to be on my phone all day for social media. When I'm like spending quality time with like a suitor or somebody, that I just personally feel like I don't want to like look at TV. Like, there's nothing on the TV that interests me. I've always been very studious and just like very like in my schoolwork and stuff like that, and I'm still like that. So I'm not really interested in anything else. I'm just not like, I don't want to watch any reality TV shows. You're not gonna catch me watching and chatting about Real Housewives. I don't need to gossip about someone else. I don't give a fuck about nobody else's life but my own. I don't do the things that these people are doing. So like, no, I'm not sitting up watching TV and gossiping all day. So if that makes you hate me, then well, so be it, because I'm not going to change the way that I act and things that I value and how I spend my time, because it makes you uncomfortable and gives you the reflection that we are spending our time and making very, 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 very different decisions for ourselves. Don't want to live with people who just like are not productive people. I love this song. Now Medusa coming on again. I'm gonna have to play this song for Medusa now. It's about we're gonna play this next. It's a Queen of Sensuality is Medusa, period. I've just been like super reflective about that. Super reflective about that. Because I'm like, this is a problem like that I see I've been having a lot in my life. It's just like, y'all can't make me be involved. Like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to be involved. I remember going to one of my classmates' dorm rooms, and, you know, one of my friends was there, and then her roommate was there. And I just was sitting there, and I just was like, it dawned on me. I was like, I'm sitting here listening to the conversation, and I'm like, it dawned on me that all that they're doing is talking about other people. Like, I am like, that was like, I was getting exhausted. I don't even want to listen to it. Like, I don't give a fuck to be talking about somebody else. What the hell is wrong with y'all? That is too much energy. Like, it was just draining me. Like, I just feel like gossip is like the lowest form of energy, and it's also a form of like reputation theft, because your incessant talking about somebody else is like your obsession, a reflection of your obsession with them, for one, and two, a reflection that you don't have nothing else to do. I don't have time to be sitting up and talking so much like that. Like, it's too much. It's just too much talking. And I'm like, I moved out because it was just too much talking all the time. And then, I don't know, I just feel like, you know, it was starting to get like weird with her like invading my privacy. I'm like, you know, every time I would look up, she would, you know, it was like it was like crazy. Like, one time she showed up with my hairstyle, you know, and then every time I would change my outfit into something different, she would change it to something that looked like it. And I'm like, at this point, your somatic embodiment practice is imitation and mirroring of me. And I don't need any mini-me's either. That's another thing. I love my own personal identity. I don't want to look like nobody else. I don't want to act like nobody else. I don't want to talk like nobody else because I love myself so much, right? My unique existence is one because I never tried to be anybody else. So like when I see people trying to be me, like showing up in an exact same thing is strange. Very, very strange. Don't do that one, okay? Please don't do that. That's weird. That's scary to me as well. I'm actually getting scared in the city as well. Like, just because, like, you can't take the public transportation and it's be safe. There's always some form of harassment towards me. First of all, black men is just like, I'm like noticing like more of them here. And I'm just like, this is the state of you guys? I'm like, this is how black men are? I didn't know black men were like this. So like a lot of what I've been seeing is just a lot of like argumentative, violent black men. And they're not violent and argumentative to other races. They're violent and argumentative to black women. And they're not honoring black women. And they're very aggressive and very, 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 very like unenlightened. Very disempowered and very like,
yeah. Cali. He wanna pop out. I wanna rock out. Call when I'm in town. Fuck do you mean? I don't want that nigga. My IG just stay on his screen. Pretty bitch. Yeah, he know that I'm with the shit. My friend got a nigga and tricking your nigga, but I really ain't see the shit. Yeah, he having for real, but won't give it up. Put this cake in his face just to shut him up. Got him telling his friends that he was my mans. Now I'm calling my mans just to stick him up. Finna do him up. He keep the blicky blicky. These niggas be telling I call him Mickey. Don't play by this bitch, it get sticky sticky. Pretty bitch, but that ass is on thicky thicky. Talk to me nice, I don't speak it all. Need him dark skin tatted and hella tall. He gon' add to them 56 missed calls. Cause I'm back on my bully bitch, you know I'll do a bitch. Out of town and your nigga wanna photo. Hold on, I just hopped at the photo. He wanna fuck, but I told his ass no, that is a no-go. Black bitch Coco, yeah, you know we keep a semi. Glock with the dick and it come with titties. He wanna ride a bitch, fuck around, fight a bitch. But I guarantee bitches won't try the shit. He keep the blicky blicky. These niggas be telling I call him Mickey. Don't play by this bitch, it get sticky sticky. Pretty bitch, but that ass is on thicky thicky. Talk to me nice, I don't speak it all. Need him dark skin tatted and hella tall. He gon' add to them 56 missed calls. Cause I'm back on my bully bitch, you know I'll do a bitch. Ay, you know I really do a bitch. Bitches talking but really ain't saying shit. You know my nigga, he stay with extensions. Tell that little bitch to hop out of my niche. I don't like to talk, but that pressure we do that. If it's about Cali, you know they gon' do that. If that bitch won't smoke, then we gon' let it blow. Hop out with a 30, got sticks with a scope. If that ain't enough, I can give you some more. Have them bust out the window, now they on the floor. Treat my sticks like guitar, when I rock, they gon' roll. Call me Lil Vicky, how I make them roll. He keep the blicky blicky. These niggas be telling I call him Mickey. Don't play by this bitch, it get sticky sticky. Pretty bitch, but that ass is on thicky thicky. Talk to me nice, I don't speak it all. Need him dark skin tatted and hella tall. He gon' add to them 56 missed calls. Cause I'm back on my bully bitch, you know I'll do a bitch. Do a bitch, do a bitch. You know I'll do a bitch. Do a bitch, do a bitch. You know I'll do a bitch.
I like what I like, bad little bitty that's talking all reckless. I like what I like, Lil Daddy came through and he taught me a lesson. I like what I like, I need me a telly with sweets like the West End. I like what I like, he charging a fee and he getting the back end. I like a nigga that's swiping them visas, steady be swiping them pieces. I like a nigga that's dodging them cases, now I'ma sit on his faces. I like a nigga that's stuck in the band, or run down the ops like he Rambo. I like a shooter that steady be trigger happy in the Camry. Now he gon' shoot at niggas like they Bambi. Now he gon' shoot at niggas cause we family. All in his feelings cause niggas be feeling me. Up in the foreign, the stars where the ceilings be. Rolling so hard they be taxing me. Coming so hard cause I'm packing heat. Got all the real niggas jacking me, cause Melly on go get a bag of weed. I like what I like, bad little bitty that's talking all reckless. I like what I like, Lil Daddy came through and he taught me a lesson. I like what I like, I need me a telly with sweets like the West End. I like what I like, he charging a fee and he getting the back end. I like what I like, bad little bitty that's talking all reckless. I like what I like, Lil Daddy came through and he taught me a lesson. I like what I like, I need me a telly with sweets like the West End. I like what I like, he charging a fee and he getting the back end. I like a nigga that's chopping them bricks down, now he gon' tell him it's real estate. I like a nigga that take me on dinner dates, do 100 on the interstate. I like a nigga that's changing the view, now we out charging a room. Popping this shit when we pull up in coops, call him Big Papa, he give me the loot. Call him Big Daddy cause he with a baddie, whipping the phone, he grabbing my fatty. All of his exes, they say they be aggy, all of his exes, they say they be maddie. All in the road, they be nothing but bums, herbs, dubs, nothing but scrubs. All in my face cause they all in this case, all in his body, I'm winning this race.
I can't stop breathing. I'm only burning. We always run to catch the moment. Nobody can stop me, I'm running. You don't need home, man. How will lead us to what we're loving? Just enjoy the moment. I'm only burning. We always run to catch the moment. Nobody can stop me, I'm running. You don't need home, man. How will lead us to what we're loving? Just enjoy the moment.
Okay, so yesterday I went to work. It was a good day. You can find my shorts vlog of yesterday over on shorts or Instagram reels on the Renaissance movement. Right now I'm about to just get myself like centered for the day, and today is like a work day as well, but I'm not going to the club. This is the money that I made last night, so I'm really happy about that. I need to go make a deposit. Brokey! I'm just gonna clean up and, like, you know, do my routine, my morning routine. I'm about to head to the gym to do some yoga. The pink and green reign supreme, and everybody wants to be a case, but everybody just can't go that way. I see the light, I see the light, I see the light. It is 11:10 a.m. and I just got to the day shift, and unfortunately I have to work with this like racist bigot who thinks that he can obstruct my freedom of speech. So I have no problem making you very aware of the U.S. Constitution. So I'm about to get ready though, and I'm gonna make him very, very uncomfortable with my presence because you don't own this place, and I will make it very, very clear to your management and my entire audience that you are discriminating, and that's actually a violation of my rights. I was not planning on coming to work today, but I just did it impromptu. I had a little nightcap, so I have way too much stuff with me. But I cannot wait to leave this place so much. I'm just about to grind it out, and then we're out of here. But anyways, the last day I was here was Sunday. It was pretty good. This man fell in love with me, so yeah. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit though. Let me get ready.
Yo pensaba que era diferente.
So I'm basically done getting dressed. It's 12:35. Of course, it took me an hour and a half because I had to wax my inner thighs, and I also had to put a coat of paint on my toes, just because I have not like had time to do anything, and I was doing my friends yesterday. I don't want her spending money on no wax no more, or no pedicure. So we don't do that. And then we do press on nails because they're fun. But I usually like to wear my natural nail as well. I'm just gonna put my lip on and wait for my sugar daddy. The last thing I got time for is somebody being racist in the 21st century. So I'm just gonna pretend that you don't exist. I wanna show you off. I know my lips look a little white woman, but that lip will do. Here's my new cuticle oil. It's so cute. I got it from Sally's. And did you know that Sally's is actually owned by Latinas? I did not know that. Those are the only Latinas I want to deal with. Because you know men be looking at all the details. So like if your feet is chipped, your like, you know, like they're gonna look at all that stuff. Like if you really like have one that likes you, he's gonna want to touch every part of you. So make sure your feet don't look crusty. Oh my God, here go my other one. Oh my God, look at my little garter just want to sit right here. I've been looking all over the board. See, I only got one on. I actually made both of these out of like some lingerie that I didn't like. So I just cut it up. Now I'm wishing that all those clothes in Arizona that I took to the Goodwill, those dance clothes that I was like, oh, I'm wishing I would have kept them. But anyways, you guys, that is a simple little face for today. I'm wearing white because I don't want anybody trying to look like me. I'm about to head out onto the floor and just like get warmed up, get a drink, and just relax. I already kind of know it's gonna be a long day. That manager that wanted to pull me to the side earlier today to try to control my freedom of speech, I had to let him know, don't speak to me or I will file a harassment complaint against you. He said, oh, some girls and people complained the other day because I was cursing, like I was like going off because he triggered me. Like I was like, stop fucking talking to me, you dirty ass racist bitch. They must have got really upset by what I said, but bitch, I said what the fuck I said. Like if you got a fucking problem with it, I ain't say nothing but the truth, and I didn't say no. I didn't say anything disrespectful to any of you. I didn't call you out your name. I didn't drag you with racial slurs like I want to. I just let you know very fucking well that I'm smarter than you and that you have the nerve to be racist in my country. He's like, oh, well, if you want to work with me, you can't talk like that. I'm like, I can say whatever I want to say. You can let me know if I'm violating any of the terms of our agreement. The fuck? It's very slow today. It is almost 3 o'clock. It's 2:42 p.m. I made a quick little something. I feel like a drag queen with these on, by the way. Some people ask me like, why won't you just be like a sugar baby? Like you don't have to go to the club, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I think the club is like way easier than just like sugaring, because like at least you know when you come here that it's a transaction. Like I don't have to finesse or do anything else, and I'm not interested in that. But we did do an outfit change. It is looking like a pretty slow Tuesday, so I might just like wait and come back tomorrow. But my spirit guides already told me that I should stay late, because as soon as like the day shift be over, my ass be running out of here like I'm on a 9 to 5 o'clock work. Hello friends. So I look crazy because I literally could not be bothered today, but I'm in my goal and I'm about to head out. I hate these so much. Every time I see long nails, especially them duck nails, it just be like I'm a drag queen. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I didn't recognize you with that wig on. Hey, bitch. It was alright. It was alright. I'm just counting down the days where I don't have to be here no more. Girl. How long you been doing this? How long you been doing it?
2019. I'm 24 now.
Ain't you tired of this shit too?
I've been needing some money.
I just like the money, you know what I mean? The money. But I feel like it'd be too much coming with it though.
But yeah, it is.
Good morning. Welcome back to another one of my visual diaries. My name is Felicia, and today we are on campus and we have like tons of things that we need to do. So I'm gonna use this time to be very productive. I just went to McDonald's. I got a little snack and then iced coffee with whipped cream. It's pretty much done. But the best way to get your coffee at McDonald's, especially if you're getting like iced coffee where they do the cream themselves, is to ask for like light cream, because otherwise it'll just be like too much.
I bet me fuck up in ya. Drip, drip. I bet me fuck up in ya. Acha, uno, more.
currently leaving the library. It is 5 p.m. on the dot. And I successfully got my booking link up. So if you would like to book energy healing services with me, you can find that, you know, on the, like with the link in my bio or the scheduling link that's in the description box of all of my videos. I'm really excited about like this new scheduling app and how it will allow like my clients to get like more in touch with me. Go ahead and check it out, you guys. I'm about to go chill in the park and then probably go find another space to study at. So I'll talk to you later.
Mount Everest ain't got shit on me. Mount Everest ain't got shit on me. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah. Mortgage Dubai ain't got shit on me. You can touch the sky, but you ain't got shit on me. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
Burn down my house and build it up again. Tell 'em I burned it down twice just for the fun of it. Tell 'em so much money I don't know what to do with it.
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm about to smoke this spliff I rolled. I started using these biodegradable papers by Blazy Susan, the pink wrapping papers. It's also supposed to be GMO free and chlorine free. Slow burning, ultra thin vegan papers are made from the finest wood pulp for your ultimate smoking pleasure. Interesting. Made in France. Français, bonjour. So let's just light up and I'll just like vent to you guys and just chat with you guys about nothing. So I thought that this would be the perfect time to address some elephants in the room. A lot of people want to know why I don't support Pink Pose Studio anymore. Like, where do I even start? Like, now that I'm like, now that we can clear the drama, you know what I mean? Like, let's really quick, like, the reason why I don't like associate with Pink Pose Studio is because I felt very like unwelcome there. You know, during that period of my life, I was in the middle of my schizophrenic episode, so I was experiencing a lot of different positive, negative, and cognition issues. So I may not have been perceiving things properly. My memory is also impaired from that period of time as well. So all I can say is that I remember like my felt experience with Pink Pose Studio. Pink Pose Studio is the reason that my pole journey even began, because I wouldn't have had a pole journey had it not been for Pink Pose Studio. The generosity, I was floored by the generosity, because no one is, you know, I've been to a lot of different studios at this point, like in hindsight especially. Like, I've been to a lot of different studios, and not a lot of studios offer scholarships. They offer any kind of like financial support, period. They just are very expensive. Like, pole dancing is a very expensive hobby. It's like a lifestyle, so it's like, you know, and then you don't turn back. So I kind of just feel like I been to a lot of studios, and that generosity and that kind of like financial aid is not available at a lot of different studios. So, you know, especially in hindsight, I look back and I'm just like, wow, thank you so much for that generosity. Because I remember it was January, no, I think it was like December, no, it was January 1st, 2022. Yeah. And I, you know, it had already almost been like 6 months, you know, in my episode and during homelessness, and somehow I found my way back to Atlanta, you know, trying to start over again. And I, you know, took this $10 Tuesday class, I don't know, $10 class or something, and it so happened to fall on like the first of the year, and I'm like, this is my New Year's resolution, right? And so I ended up like going on their page and seeing that they were just like giving out scholarships, and I'm like, I think I had already missed like the scholarship deadline and stuff like that, and I just I texted Tia, and I was like very like persistent, low key, like but it didn't require a lot, and I just texted Tia and I was like, hey, these are my circumstances. She was like, of course, like actually, like we won't just give you a scholarship for the first 6-week series, we'll give you scholarship for level 2 as well. So for 12 weeks I did not have to pay, you know, to come pole and learn how to pole basics, and I was like so grateful for that. But again, like I was really not mentally stable during that time, so like I said, my perception could have been wrong about certain things, but I just feel like, you know, a part of my trauma and a part of like my childhood developmental trauma and wounding and things like that, I just like always like, oh my God, why did my thing just fall out like that? Part of like my wounding is like, you know, always feeling alienated, always feeling like, you know, unwelcome in places and like not treated properly, you know what I mean? So like when I was there, again, like one of my like just like my safety precautions during my health emergency was literally just like taking vows of silence and just like not speaking to people, and to try to like, you know, find my mind, you know, outside of any kind of like external force or threat, you know what I mean? So my behavior may have been interpretative, like, you know, people think quiet people are very weird, I guess, but like I just like wanted to be like, just, you know, I didn't really want to talk to many people because of my, you know, I never had incoherent speech, but I definitely feel like this was delusion, psychosis, hallucinations. So I, you know, definitely wasn't feeling safe, and, you know, a lot of it had nothing to do with anybody there. It just had to do simply with me, like, you know, being scared, you know what I mean? It was just like a lot of my fears about like, you know, external threats were, you know, were present. Like even though I was like practicing and like, you know, looked like I was okay on the outside, you know, what I've learned, you know, through my research and with another cognitive psycho behavioral therapist, is that like you are appearing functional, you're appearing like in normalcy. That behavior, like, because I'm not incoherent or because I'm not like violent or aggressive, then it's like, you know, people can't really see my disability. I definitely give like people a lot of grace for just like not being able to see my disability, because a lot of people just don't understand that disabilities are very, like, it just doesn't, it's not just physical handicap. I was getting the guidance to travel anyway. Feeling unwelcome is just like, you know, my state of being at this point, and not feeling as if I can make genuine connection, you know. So I, you know, didn't try to like participate so much. And then I met a young lady that was you know, the second reason why I stopped associating with Pink Pole Studio is because I felt that they were supporting someone's like infringement upon my intellectual property. So, you know, there's someone that is, you know, copying my styles, showing up, you know, with as me, with my freestyles designed as choreo, showing up at, you know, me choreographed, showing up in my outfits, you know, showing up with my purpose, stealing my music, you know, stealing, you know, my bars. Like, it just is like you're supporting someone who's trying to like steal something from me, and like you're openly supporting that person and then like not supporting me. So I'm like, of course I'm like, yeah, I'm interpreting that behavior as like you not supporting, you know, the originator, you know, and trying to like alienate someone, right? There was a small instance that happened. I don't know if this was during open poll or right before series or something, but I know like that there was like some issue with like the circuit breaker or something. I don't know if a fuse popped in the outlet or something like that. I don't know anything about electricity or nothing. So like some kind of fuse like popped, and it looked like it was a small flame that started at the outlet, and I screamed, oh my God. And like, I don't know, I think the like people's like the reaction of me, I felt like I just wasn't liked and not welcome there. So I was like, well, and then I started trying out another studio as well, and also I just couldn't be there as much because, you know, I couldn't afford to. So, you know, a lot of things played into the role of me like not supporting Pink Pole Studio, and, you know, and then like leaving that studio and then going to on my own journey, doing more yoga teacher trainings, going to different studios and like seeing other dancers, taking some training, taking some classes, and just realizing that like I did not like, you know, how the business is structured. I don't like, you know, the concept of like, you know, choreography based things, and I see that like they have expanded a lot more since then, and everything is looking beautiful at the Pink. So, you know, I wish them very, very well, but I'm not, I just felt like I did not learn what I needed to learn while I was there. And I also feel like there's something wrong with their form. I don't like, you know, the way it look all the time. But that's also me like checking my anti-blackness too. So like, oh my God, you prefer to watch Russian exotics and not black exotics? Like, I don't know, I'm like, I have to like, you know, why am I being so like, oh, why don't you like to look at your people like as much, or like, why don't you like to, you know, like, you know, I personally feel like we as a collective have not evolved as much as other racial groups, of course, especially white people, right? So, you know, we're not as skilled and as mastered at certain things, but I definitely see, you know, us evolving and growing and becoming, you know, and catching up. Like, honestly, like black people is literally like in the age of information and technology, we are catching up, and we're learning, you know, what it takes. You know what I mean? No matter, and we're not making excuses for our shortcomings in life. We're not blaming all of our shortcomings and lack thereof on slavery and our ancestors' problems, right? We get it, right? So I cannot ever hate Pink Pole Studio. The reason why I left was because I felt unwelcome, and I did not like, you know, and especially as a bigger girl, I needed to make sure my form was on point. See, it's easy for a real small girl to throw themselves around the pole and, you know, for them to be less likely and less prone to injuries and stuff like that. But for me, I feel like you know, because of improper form, and of course not enough time on the pole as well, you know, I feel like there has been like, I have like this injury, dancer's hip, you know, is like still like a problem for me, low-key. Like, I can still do what I need to do, but I'm just like, sometimes it's just like, ugh. I'm like, what dancer doesn't get injured? What dancer doesn't get injured? I'm like, is there a dancer out there that hasn't gotten injured? But long story short, you know, I with this latest heart awakening, I'm just like, I have no resentment towards anyone. And if there's someone out there that wants to like, you know, be me and copy my every move, then you know what, like the quote says, the improved and educated mind has and will ever triumph over the ignorant and uneducated mind. So that's the wisdom that I invoke. You know, what I feel is that, you know, there's people who, you know, improperly sided with this person trying to like be me, and I've like never had conversations with these people like that. Even when I am silent, I end up being like the center of some drama. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, what? How am I always getting dragged into some drama? How is my behavior being interpreted out of thin air? Like, if someone comes around and they just are quiet to themselves, working on themselves, doing what they need to do, how is that somehow being interpreted towards you? Like, my last living situation, this group of people, you know, was very upset that I didn't want to talk to them, and rightfully so, because I'm not, my behavior may have been interpreted like, oh, who does this person think that they are, right? Do they think they're too good to talk to me? Like, and I have to be honest, I'm not going to say, no, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm too good to talk to you. What I'm thinking is that I would prefer to ignore you. And me engaging in a conversation with you, and it's like, I know I'll have to take on the role as the teacher, and I'm not always willing to like take on that extra burden. Like, I don't want to have to always, you know, talk to someone that I have to teach, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I don't know, like, I feel like I said, there's always an ignorant and uneducated mind, you know, where people like enter a dynamic with me and they end up projecting onto me. Like, how is my silence and me like getting up, taking care of myself, making myself, you know, breakfast, you know, practicing and staying focused on my pole, how is that somehow like an offense to you? It's not that I think I'm better than you, it's simply that I don't feel like I want to take on the role as a teacher. Like, that doesn't mean anything. You know, I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I mean? I'm not here to invest. I'm not here to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like sometimes, you know, people take that behavior, like my behavior or my silence, as like, you know, personally. So like, even with my like group of like sorority sisters, like I ended up growing to kind of like them a little bit. Like, you know, we will always like be a part of each other's identity. Like, but I feel like ultimately, you know, when a group of women come around me, it's always like you create me as like your threat. So like, it's easy for a bunch of weaker people to gather together, because you need like 20,000 people to gang up against me to try to put me down or to stop me from winning or stop me from triumphing. And like, I will always be triumphant, you know what I mean? So like, you know, no matter how much, you know, somebody tries to stop it. So it's either like, you know, we can come in peace or I can wage war, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, like even with my sorority, it was just like, it takes 6 people, okay? It takes 6 people. I knew from the beginning that like Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the New Alpha chapter, did not want me in that sorority. But I have a way of like getting what I want anyway. Like, so here's how it all really went down. Like, first of all, you should not join the organization of people who hate you. But I immediately was just like, I came in and I said, I'm not looking for sisterhood. I'm not looking for like, you know, to be cool. I'm just here for my letters so I can go. Like my sisterhood runs deep. So like, even like I said before, these girls in this sorority did not want me in this sorority. And I kind of like, you know, they did not want me to have letters. And so when I showed up to Rush, they was trying to figure out how I had got the Rush information, right? Because if you know, you know. If you made, like, if you're gonna be made, like, My chapter ended up getting in trouble. So yeah, we did have, like, we were hazed, right? Not everybody gets hazed. That's what you call a process, right? And so when I showed up to Rush, they knew they was gonna have to put me through. They was gonna have to put me online because I was already aware of the process. Because the year before, they tried to stop me from being online. They tried to stop me from being online, and like, they was so pissed when I found out about Rush. And so my prophyte, who was actually my roommate, right? So this is what happened. This is what happened. The year, oh my God, I totally forgot about this. In my sorority, okay, and then we get back to P-Pose. In my sorority, this is why I don't have friends. This is why I don't do big groups of females, okay? Because they're ignorant and uneducated. So like, even these girls at this prestigious university, they were hypocrites, like total hypocrites, right? You want to join this sorority just because of, like, to perpetuate some type of stereotype, and like, not because you actually, like, value sisterhood or value community service. So I knew that those are the things that I really valued. And so when I knew that this group of women that tried to, like, keep me out of the sorority, so it was okay. During my sophomore year, I had a roommate named, let's call her Jasmine, like the flower. So I had this roommate named Jasmine. So she, we also worked together at this call center, at the telephone call center at my school, where we call, like, you know, all of our alum and ask them to donate. So like, we used to work there, and then my boyfriend used to work there too. Her boyfriend was like 10 years older than us, and he lived off campus in, you know, a house or an apartment, whatever, I don't know. So that year, we both wanted to be on AKA too. So that's how we both had the same interests, right? We both wanted to be AKAs, right? Somehow, you know, we roommates, right? Somehow she got the information for Rush that year, and I didn't, right? That's how she ended up on, like, you know, that's how she ended up being my prophyte, because I came in the year after and I found out about Rush, and I basically, like, first of all, it's the girls. So if you know, you know, it's your grad chapter. Honestly, the grad chapters are hella hungry for money. The whole fucking organization is hungry for money. So of course they're going to be taking as many girls as they possibly can, and hazing is a liability, and it incurs, like, more cost for the organization than anything. So of course they're not, you know, nobody gives a fuck about hazing anymore. I don't think that, like, people are going to be hazing, you know, anymore like that. But so y'all can let me know, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Because I'm seeing, like, more and more, you know, paper people, or, you know, people not having a process like that. And I feel like my chapter, like, my line was the last line that got made. Like, I don't think that they having no more processes over there, right? Especially after I just exposed them. Ain't nobody doing nothing at a New Alpha chapter. I already got a whole video of the whole history of New Alpha chapter hazing. Okay, I'm gonna go pull that. Do I need to go pull that video out of my iCloud? I might have to go pull that video out of my iCloud so y'all can see the screenshots of our chapter of hazing, our chat of hazing. So I was not supposed to be. They didn't want me online, right? I was not one of the girls that they chose. But I ended up getting the information for Rush, and they knew that I already knew about, like, the processes and whatever. They thought that if they can keep me out of Rush, they can keep me offline. But if I got to Rush, they knew they would have to put me online. If you know, you know. I don't know how else to describe it with y'all, especially, like, because I was already aware of, like, the process. They had already tried to stop me from being online before, and I ended up, you know, making it through anyway. So, this group of girls end up being, like, gross. A lot of women in my life, like, you know, have just ultimately, like, betrayed me. And so I don't really feel like, I would just prefer to ignore them now, because I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't matter if I'm in a better state than you or in a worse, a more, like, a less than favorable state than you, you're still going to like find a way to like try to harm me. And like I feel like this really just like happens with black women. And it's like every time I'm associated with a black organization, you know, these are groups that I belong to, right? I'm facing this alienation or some kind of attack. So, you know, having sorority sisters, they attacked me, bullied me. Having like, you know, being at this studio, not even ever like really speaking to this woman. Now she's attacking like, you know, my foundation, my wealth, and like my financial freedom, and like my identity and my individuality, and like taking it on as if it's some type of fashionable thing. And I'm seeing, you know, this organization support them. It's like you don't have ethics, right? So this is why I don't support these groups anymore, because they don't have ethics. And no, I don't support hazing whatsoever, because, you know, putting myself in a space, you know, with other women, you know, who are threatened by me, you know, giving them that opportunity to like exploit like some of my vulnerabilities, like I won't ever do that again, because that is exactly what women do, especially when you put them close to your relationship. Like, don't put any of these hoes close to your relationship. Don't put them close to your, like, you know, whatever you're building for yourself, your wealth. Don't put them close to any of that, because they will try to find any way that they can to exploit you. Even if they know they can't win, they'll still try to find a way to like delay you or harm you in some type of way so that you can take a loss. And I just like told myself, like, I'm never, like, vows of silence are was the best method for me to like grow my discernment and just like learn who, you know, learned a lot around like themes of deception and envy and just evil and stuff like that. So like as I'm like, you know, this light worker, and I'm like, oh my God, I love, you know, everybody oneness and this and that. There's not all people like believe in oneness. Not all people, you know, want to see like, you know, want to do good on behalf of the collective. They just want to do good on behalf of themselves because it props up their ego. I'm really like high right now. Smoke a little more. I'm gonna just fill up my little pipe. I'm not gonna roll another one. Como se dice? A lot of weed. Long story short is, you know, I don't want to be around people no more. So like my sisterhood wound runs real deep. Like I, you know, just feel like I don't really find a lot of women to be trustworthy around me. You know, I'm scared of them obsessing about me. These days I find myself still being a little scared of things, you know. I think like, you know, I'm no longer like scared that like someone's gonna try to capture me, like, you know, human traffic me or something. But like I think I'm just like scared that people will do something irrational to me, like attack me violently out of nowhere, or like, you know. So anyway, that's how I've been feeling. You know, my sisterhood wound is running very deep, and you know, hell, I don't even talk to my own like blood sisters. And these nails, I got a second batch of them, so I got 2 sets out of 1 pack of nails. So I was like, you know, some of them are not like the perfect fit, but like, you know, I think they came out pretty good. Like you can't really tell some of the irregularities in them. So like we have the sisterhood wound, one of the deepest feminine. The feminine, okay, this is what it says. The feminine is rising and awakening on earth right now. And as a part of the healing process, many feminine wounds are being surfaced and purged in the collective. There has been a lot of talk about toxic masculinity, but not enough awareness raised around the wounds within the feminine. One of the deepest feminine wounds is within the sister. There seems to be such a deep conditioning within the feminine that can be felt as disconnection, or the feeling that you need to go at it alone, to distrust other sisters, to see other sisters as competition. How does it make you feel as you read these words? How do you feel about your sisters right now? Do you feel competitive, jealous, resentful? Does her success trigger you or make you feel like a failure? Do you struggle to trust feminine relationships and truly let them in? Or are you experiencing this from other sisters in your life? Do you feel like you are triggering this wound within others? Hello? Can the church say amen? This wound is really heightened right now because we are all being asked to really see it, to feel it, to understand that this is not true sisterhood. We are not separated from one another. We are in this together. I cannot say this enough. Together we rise. Now is the time for this cycle of competition and separation to be broken, to see that another sister's success is your success. Her pain is your pain. Her beauty is a reflection of your beauty. Her light is a mirror of your own divine light. We are all reflections of each other. We are being called to remember this. If we truly want to create a new earth, we have to come back to oneness. We have to soothe any of these wounds with pure unconditional love and forgiveness. Whether it comes from the mother wound or trauma or pain, we have to transmute it. We have to, get off of me. That's interesting. I will link this article down below. This lady writes more about her personal, sisterhood wounding. And I can I can already tell that she has like a little bit of the same like wounding as I. Is it like in the past, like, I was like, projecting a lot of like my mommy issues onto my other sisters and stuff. And like also like basically what she says is like she would put all of her power into her sister and celebrate their gifts, celebrate their beauty, celebrate their wonder, and wasn't doing enough of like her own main character energy, you know what I mean? So like I feel like now I'm still having a hard time being in main character energy because I'm always so concerned about like how it'll make another woman feel, like, and I feel like some of my like I feel like now that I'm the main character of my story, I only celebrate myself. I only I celebrate my beauty, you know what I mean? I feel like it has put me in like total solitude. And I feel like the more I like care for myself and the more I put myself first, like I stop letting these other women like take up all of my time and like call me with their emergencies and in their crisis or their need of support and rationale. Like now when I started to take my time back, be more autonomous, be more sovereign, say like, hey, like I'm not gonna give my power over to you. I'm gonna find like I'm gonna look for my own best friend, within myself. So like when I started to do more of that, it started to reveal all of the people who were benefiting from like my lack of boundaries, right? And sometimes it would even result in like people would just like it would become very clear, like it would like it didn't even take, I didn't even have to do anything, and I didn't have to like it had to be no argument or altercation. Like I would like ask them a question, or like I would make a comment about something that would bring like a very stark realization, and then they would like you can no longer, the mask just fell off. Like the mask would fall off. Like suddenly I'm getting blocked. Suddenly like you're like not talking to me anymore out of the thin blue air. I can read all the facial expressions. Like it was so clear, right? It became so clear, like the discernment that I got from staying from practicing my self-care was like amazing. Because when you're so like focused on other people's well-being and they're like that other fit that's like that shrinking is like a part of that sisterhood wound, right? Why do you need to shrink in order to make these people more comfortable, right? You realize that once you stop shrinking yourself, they could not handle it anymore. Their true feelings like just came right out. Like, so it's like you can't, like certain things you can't even deny anymore. You know what I mean? So like, at this point I'm like, okay, if it's the same song and dance with every woman, why would I even bother, right? Like, why would I even bother to try to like attempt to form a relationship, connect in a genuine way, get to know you? You know, I don't need any friends. I don't need any friends anymore. I don't need any extra additional women around me. I damn sure don't want any mini-me's or people dressing up as me, duping me off and knocking me off and trying to like, you know, appear that they're doing the same things as me. Like, I just want to be by myself to myself. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I want my individuality, and I mean there's nothing unique and special about them, and like trying to make me ambiguous and like blend in with them is like, you know, they're a way of trying to silence my movement, silence like my efforts.
No stylist, I don't do what you please. I got money, bitch, I'm needy. All honest, dripping in 60. Might pop that pussy like freely. No mileage, boy, you can't touch this. No violence, boy, you ain't fuck shit. Fuck more islands, whooping them Porsches. Run shit, and your nigga endorse it. Can't touch this. My bitch, we be on that fuck shit. Cause that's hating this.